and it should show up here. Okay, good. Looks like we're in the clear. I don't know how I sound like, but I'm just going to assume that we are good. All right, this also means that I can use this thing, I guess, but cool. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about APIs and web servers. Are any of y'all familiar with doing any of that stuff? No, it's on you. Okay, cool. This might be a hefty one, to be honest with y'all. So if it's too fast, please let me know. If it starts getting confusing, please let me know, because honestly, this is a pretty chunky subject. We're going to try to cover as much as we can. We're not going to be able to cover every single little thing on web servers because it can like, go crazy. But this is pretty much how our stuff generally works. So today, I'm going to be the only one who's talking, but I just wanted to, just a quick preview of our bite. It's getting a bit chilly up there, so fall's coming in. So we're going to do a workshop based on that kind of theme. And for our agenda today, we're just going to go over a couple announcements about us as an org, and then we're going to get into talking about the theoretical parts of like how web servers and just APIs work in general. And then y'all are going to be able to write your own API hooks. Hopefully it's not too complicated, but I think it is. So this will be an interesting moment. So as for announcements, officer applications are closed, and we'll kind of review who these people are in about 1 or 2 weeks. And for the next workshop on the 26th, we're not going to have one because we are undermanned. we need time to recuperate. It's also time for us to onboard the new officers, and it could possibly be a social instead of just a workshop. All right, so have y'all ever thought about like how one app is like able to transfer its information across like every platform? Like I'm thinking Spotify and Twitter. They got an iOS app, an Android app, like they have something on Mac, they have something on Windows, right? It's pretty much one app, multiple platforms. But if you think about it, you're like, how? I mean, I'm saying the answer is going to be web servers and like APIs, but that's drastically oversimplifying their infrastructure. But for our cases, let's say that's what they use. So the first thing that you have to kind of realize whenever you're working with web servers is just what is a client server, what is a full stack. So a really practical way of explaining a web server is that like whenever you go on a website, like on your phone right now, like your browser is like a way to talk with a web server. So you go to a website, and what it does is that it talks to a server, like you're saying. If you go on google.com, you're like, okay, server at google.com, I want the web page at google.com, and then it sends it back to you. So in this case, your phone is the client, and wherever Google's hosting their website is the server. Did that make sense? That one? Good? Okay, cool. All right, and then the next part to understand is the full stack. So are y'all familiar with the term full stack development, just full stack in general? Most of y'all? Okay, some of y'all? Okay, so basically, in terms of software development, people came up with this idea called the full stack. So just to explain it simply, it comes into two parts. The first part is the front end, and the other part is the back end. The front end is just what you see and what you use. So like, for example, your app on your phone, a website, and some weird ones like your watch, VR, AR, those are front ends. But a back end would be something like a server, something that is in the cloud somewhere that does all the data processing. So like databases, sending files between each computer and stuff like that, like that stuff a backend does. All right, so the next part, we're gonna try to explain what an API is. Are y'all familiar with that term too? Maybe it's a little weird. Honestly, this is a very like loaded term. Like there's a lot of opinions on it because some people are like, an API is like this, an API is like that. because it's just like this big umbrella of all these different technologies. Red Hat gives this really technical definition. It stands for Application Programming Interface, but the way I see it, say you like have a software or like you're some company and you do all this like crazy magic, you're like, it'd be nice to share this logic with other people. For example, Google might have like, oh, I have all this AI and I want to share how we use our AI with other people. Or Twitter might have like all their tweets, or like I want to grab a tweet from a certain person, but I don't want to go to the website and just like copy paste or like scrape it, right? Like one common use of Twitter is just directly integrating it with Discord. So that's one way someone can use an API from Twitter to develop their app on Discord. Did that make sense? Typically, the way like an API works is that I think Red Hat gives it a pretty good definition. They have like this big document of references. They're like, a tweet will have like the amount of likes, the date, what's inside of a tweet and all that, and then they'll tell you like how you're supposed to use that tweet. Like, oh, you can, I don't know, you can send it. It's linked to this other, like maybe a Twitter list or something. For Google, it makes more sense. Like, Google will have defined like this is all the things my AI can do, and if you use this function or that function, the AI will act accordingly, and it's all documented. Now the next part, this is also, honestly, this has been the greatest mystery for like 3 years in my CS career. Everyone says, let's make a RESTful API, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I just hear API and I'm just thinking about like, oh, it's just a regular server, but a lot of people all about RESTful APIs. You'll hear companies talk about it, like please make a RESTful API server. It basically in terms of computer networks, like you know your IP address, right? It's just a number that's kind of like an address, but like, why do we even use that number? Because like someone out there said, okay, we should use that number. Everyone should use that number. So we choose to use that number. And it's the same way for REST. It's like it's a convention that an API follows. And I think there's a lot of like computer science technical stuff, but essentially the most important part is like with a RESTful server, you should be able to get some kind of data. You should be able to add some kind of data. You should be able to update, and then you should be able to delete that data. All right. And to do that, people often use something called an HTTP request. That's also kind of computer sciencey. But the idea is just like, how do you connect to a server, right? Whenever you go on your web browser, right, you always have to type HTTP and then something, 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 right? And that's just telling like how you're able to connect to that server and just work with that data. Typically inside of an HTTP request, it's inside of the data, it's arranged a certain way. Like the first part is just a bunch of extra information about the data, and then the second part is the data itself. One really important thing is that some people think HTTP is REST. It's not. But it's supposed to be RESTful, which makes it confusing. So in HTTP, you'll realize that they've actually implemented like their RESTful intention, like literally in the header it will be like, I'm going to make a get HTTP request. I'm going to make a put or post and delete. But honestly, for all of this, it makes a lot more sense in terms of a database. So like, say you have a login, right? You have to add a user, you have to update a user, you have to delete a user. That makes it RESTful. And by the way, like, have you ever thought about how logins work? Databases, and web servers, all of this. So just to kind of outline one more time, because I've always been confused about this, there are different technologies that go beyond REST, but knowing this now might help you later. So when something is RESTful, it means that it supports that architecture. It doesn't mean that like just because it has all these four methods doesn't mean that it is RESTful. It's RESTful only if you let it like do these four things about like getting data, updating it, and all that. You can use HTTP, but it doesn't have to be RESTful if it is HTTP. Because you can do like a GET request, like you're supposed to be retrieving information, but technically you don't have to, because it's all by convention. And so essentially, it's just like a style on the server. So did that make sense? Was that too fast, too theoretical? Okay. I hope the people on Teams can hear me. All right. So now I'm going to talk about like what a web server is. It's basically a computer that's somewhere online, and it responds to something you request with. So like, for example, you have your phone, and then you connect to like google.com, and that's where your server is. That's a web server. It's going to take the request, and it's going to respond. And by the way, I'm giving y'all a lot of definitions. Someone who's like super into computer science might roast me, but I try to keep it practical. So yeah, it's overall the most important part about APIs is like it's a way to share your application knowledge. Okay, folks, let's go. Okay, yeah, on a web server, like where does all this API stuff live? It's all going to be on a web server, and a web server can both be a backend and front end, which I'll show you all in a bit. But yeah, just from a practical sense, web servers will host that API. Everything will be done on that web server. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of loaded. All right, so yeah, let's get into our app. How long did I spend? Okay, not bad. 20 minutes. We have time. All right. So yeah, it's fall, so we're gonna do a fall themed workshop. So what pictures do you think of when it's fall? Is it spooky? Is it like brown or big leaves? We're just gonna make an app where we're gonna make like a bunch of API requests and be able to like upload and share images. So yeah, I'm gonna get into the demo. Please let me know if I'm like going too fast because it's about to get weird here. All right. I need to share y'all the link. Okay. I'm posting the links on Discord just to help y'all out here. Come on, dang it. Okay, and then I'm gonna. So we're basically getting on the REPL. Do y'all know what Replit is? So typically, if I had to do this workshop back then, we all would have had to like set up all of our dev environments at the same time. And I know like everyone's using a Mac or like Windows or whatever. That is a very messy process. Replit lets everyone do it on the cloud and it's multiplayer, so it's pretty amazing. All right. So I basically made a thread so y'all can like go into the REPL, and so I can go to the REPL on Teams. Let me do it for myself on Teams. Apply. And then I should be able to go to the REPL here. It's a shame I don't have Postman. That is not helpful. Hold on. Let me grab the link from the slides. Actually, it's already here. My bad. Okay, so yeah, this is the app we're making. So right now is, let me try to go over it part by part. So it's essentially a listing of just a lot of fall pictures, but it kind of gives y'all an idea of just how data management works in like a web server. So one of the first things you can do is just like, this is an example of a GET request, but there's nothing there because we haven't added anything yet. So this is an example of a post request. A post request is all about uploading information to the web server. And also, this website is hosted by a web server. Like just being able to go on this website is using like a GET request, for example. All right, I need to grab a picture somewhere. So let's go. Famous, good resource, by the way. If y'all need like good pictures for any kind of reason, just like going on Splash. So I want to upload like a leaf. Dang it, that's not the right one. Fall. Cool. This looks like a leaf. So I'm just going to download it. We're going to upload this file. And then we're going to wait till it uploads. And then I'll kind of walk y'all through like how all of this is working like behind the scenes. But I'm sure y'all have had like a familiar interaction where y'all go on the website, y'all press a button, some kind of magic happens, and then y'all get something back, right? It might be taking a while because it's a really big file. Okay, there you go. Cool. And then we can view the collection. So in this case, we just posted a picture to the leaf collection. And boom, there it is. That is online. Y'all can go on y'all's phone and view this very thing. So let's get into the secret, the nitty gritty. Come on. They're not going to let me just code. Let's log in.
Where do we get the links?
It should be on the slides, and it's also, dang it, it's not in the Discord. Let me send it. Let me send it to y'all on the Discord. I think it's in the. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. But just to log into my GitHub real quick, dang it. Come on. Oh, come on now. Okay. So I'm in the GitHub. I should be able to get to my REPLs, and it should be here, and then I should be able to send it here too. Hold on, it's getting there. Okay, wow. And then I'm about to post it on the Discord, and Chandra already did it. Thank you so much. I missed that, my bad. Thank you. All right, cool. All right, so is everyone able to get on that?
The link was sent on Discord?
Yeah, it's on Discord. Chandra sent one, and it's also there's also one in the thread. I wonder if we can see just how many people are here. Well, looking at the file structure, it can get a little intimidating. Like, look what happens when I press SRC. So yeah, this is typically what you'll see in a Node app. Are y'all all able to see that? Let me zoom in. Maybe this is good. So yeah, it's usually structured like this, but okay, y'all can't see that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, just like this. But for our cases, we're only going to focus on the roots because that's where the API lives. Yeah, everything else, if you have time, I'll explain to y'all like what all that does. But this is a fully fledged, if you know the word MVC, architecture app. So if y'all want to like dive in and explore just how all this is working, everything is here. But basically, we're going to focus only on one spot. And I'm just going to explain to y'all like the logic of what's going on. And then maybe we can step by step together learn how to do the same thing, basically. Okay, so I'm going to start at the GET request. So remember, a GET request is about like, okay, if you have a web server and I want to retrieve information from it, right? So this is what this is saying. I'm saying on this API/leaf link, I want to send data that says leaves are awesome and a couple pictures. So did that? I think that was pretty high level, but do y'all want me to dig into the code deeper? Yes. Because what's happening is that we basically specified a route. So we can actually go to this on our website. So over here, this is the website we're using. You can place it in the URL. So this is what you see. But a lot of times companies will have like a secret API link. This. And then we specified it as leaf. So this is how we are literally fetching data. Is it on? It is on. That is weird. Come on. No one crash. Okay, it should work now. Okay, there you go. Do you see that? This is the data that we set up before. So over here, we basically said on this link, we want to provide this data. So we provided it here. And the superpower with this is that right now you're only seeing this on the web, but what if you have an app, right? So, oh man, I need to get here now. Expose snacks. This would be easier if the projector didn't screw up on me. If y'all were here for our very first workshop, the introductory meeting, if y'all remember that app, I'm about to pull up another example on how you can just get this data on an app, all from one spot on the same web server, if that makes sense. Okay, so my snacks. This might be it. This is it, okay. This is it. I'm gonna share it on Discord. So here's a snack on Discord. So this is some app code, but dang it, I gotta go on Teams myself and view it. Here you are. And it's opening an edge. Perfect. Okay, so here's where we originally developed like maybe our cross-platform app, right? So again, y'all just saw something being posted on a website, and now we're gonna get it on an app. Are you serious? Just delete those. So I'm actually gonna open it on my device and just show y'all the before and after. Okay, so yeah, this is the app on my phone. I just installed it with Expo, right? Hopefully this is not visible at all, but it's the same thing as what was before. All right. So I think this picture is old. So basically, I specified a picture here that I want to use, but this was definitely a picture I used for testing. So I'm just going to do this. And just for example, don't worry about this too much right now. Okay, where's roots? Here it is. And then I'm just going to paste it in here. .jpeg. So now we're going to go onto our app, and we're just going to do this. We're just going to grab the picture. I know this is really weird. I'm going to explain. This is just demo. We're still demoing it now, so it's still kind of esoteric. Come on. It's not working. Why am I not surprised? Well, assume there was supposed to be a picture there, but the nature of live demo goes, everything breaks. So we'll get back to this part when we have time. I just want to get to the part where y'all get involved. So is everyone able to get to API.js? Okay, cool. So the very first thing we're going to do is make a new route, basically. And a new route is basically a point of connection into the web server. So this might get a little bit weird for y'all, for folks who don't know JavaScript, but bear with me. I'm going to say just like copy what I do as I write it, focus on the route parts, and just focus on like the conceptual parts. Don't worry too much about the syntax. Okay, so basically I'm saying router.get. What that basically does is like at that URL, I'm about to specify a new route. So then I want to say API because we're working with our API. And then we want to give like a fall theme category. This is where we get to customize. So y'all have any fall ideas or categories out there for pictures? Like maybe pumpkins or something? I don't know.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, jack-o'-lantern. Spooky. We can do another one for spooky. Okay, so now we basically specified a new route. And the next part we're going to do, this part is going to get weird. For any of y'all who've worked in C or Java or any other programming language, this is really weird. It's basically putting a function as an argument. That also sounds really weird, but basically the whole idea is that whatever inside of this will just run. just think of it like that right now. So you want to write it just exactly like this: function, the parentheses, and then the curly braces. And then inside of the parentheses, we have three things: request, response, and next. So basically, whenever someone connects to this link, where is it? Right here. When someone connects to this link, it's basically going to send a bunch of data to the request object. So like right now, it could just be like a bunch of weird picture text. It could be regular text. It could be anything. But we're just going to say request. Response is what you're going to use to send something back to folks with the web server. And then next, don't worry about it. we just have it there. Okay, so now we're going to set up that connection. So when someone connects to this link on Jack-o'-lantern, I want you to call this function. And inside of this function, the first thing I want to do is respond with a status 200. So basically that's just saying to like computers, okay, we're all good. So 200 is the good code, just in abstract. And then we're going to say, we just want to send some text. So in this case, we're just like, hello, folks, right? Something about jack-o'-lantern, because we're on a jack-o'-lantern link. Okay, so if you go to this link, right, and then you type in jack-o'-lantern, please, demo gods. Oh, man, seriously. Okay, I didn't spell it right. There you go. It works. This time, demo god praised me. Swear. All right. So, just as an exercise, do y'all want to try to make a route, each of y'all on y'all's own? Just like a new get request the exact same way?
I can't seem to like write on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't write on it?
Yeah.
Man. Why is this happening?
Trying to link to the
Wait, let me see. It should be. It says up to 50-person multiplayer. So unless they're playing with me. I'm trying to see. Oh, I get it now. Okay, you have to use the link. All right, I'm gonna copy y'all a new link. I posted it on the thread. Hopefully this one works.
I forked it and I guess this will work.
If it's forked, y'all don't get to see the multiplayer. Ideally, if y'all click on the link, all of y'all should appear on here just like a Google Doc. That was my intention. I didn't know. My bad.
So where is the link?
So we don't fork it?
Yeah, so we don't fork it.
Okay, yeah.
My bad. It should be on that link. It's in the thread. I'll post it in the chat too, just for clarity. Okay, now all of y'all are here. Good. But yeah, y'all should be able to edit. If you click on, oh man, you can't just click on my name. By the way, another feature of this app, while we're all multiplayer, it's really cool. It's literally perfect for demos. But yeah, you can like highlight certain parts, and then you can like start a thread or like explain the code, which I still think is kind of wonky, but you can make comments like, yo, this is weird. Right? And then you can send it, and then people will see it here, and then you can be like, oh, wait, it's not that weird, and then just resolve it. So yeah, if you have any questions, do that. But otherwise, yeah, try to make another one of this. And I will try to help y'all. If y'all can at least do this, then y'all are like at step one for like making a hackathon app. Because most people doing hackathons, they will always make a Node app, unless they know stuff about the cloud. If you know cloud stuff, well, you're probably gonna win. Usually. That's what I see people do that win a lot, honestly.
Do you participate?
A while back, but I'm wanting to go to Hack Texas. I'm trying to set up a team for that, so I just need to get the time. I know folks who have won though. I think because it's all virtual right now, it's easier to win. Some folks are just going and winning. They're getting like free iPads, switches, and just like money. If you win the American Airlines challenge, you get like a round trip Europe and back. Like, so yeah, it's pretty nice. That was what it was before. But yeah, I don't think I've ever explained like why we chose Webservers as like a workshop, because this is a really good first step into diving into the hackathon space, basically. Like if you don't know what you're doing, like at least this will like set you up for something. Ooh, there is a lot going on. Still be better than don't do. I wonder if this server will just like blow up, or like whoever's hosting this website is going to be like, what are you doing? Because like there's 15 of us all in the same instance. If you know a little bit about cloud tech, like, oh, it gets pricey. They're taking a lot. Okay, so someone just made like a food thing. So I'm gonna test their API link. And by the way, y'all can do this on y'all's phone too, or tablet, or anything, because this is live on the cloud, and it's usually not this easy. Okay. Oh. Something's breaking every 30 seconds, so it may or may not work. Okay, yeah. It's over. Node is freaking out. Okay, I'm gonna stop this. All right, just to do a little bit of cleanup here. I'm not gonna use a web server. I'm just gonna start. Basically, what's happening is that every single time y'all change like one piece of text, it basically relaunches the web server over and over and over.
So you have the application? You have an account?
Okay, weird. Whatever. Did it not? Oh, it crashed. Oopsies. It's gonna be hard to start it up again. Come on, maybe we can get to a point where it doesn't crash. Okay, it will crash. All right. I'll just let y'all spend some time making y'all's wonderful endpoints. bread. Okay. Okay. Some quality copy pasta. For sure. Bro. Oh my god. Y'all are getting creative.
What do we add after the router dot?
Okay, so you do router.get, and then you want to add a comma, and then after that comma, that's where you want to add the function.
Oh, right.
That's fine.
By the way, if any of y'all who are like completely new to JavaScript or even coding and are able to do this, like y'all are already blowing me away. Looks like everyone's made their wonderful contributions. Super scary crow, yes.
So this is just a bunch of extra folders. Yeah, that's yeah.
The JavaScript number.
You can make a Discord account. That's where they just have it.
Oh. Actually, will that work? By the way, one thing you might not want to do is have a space, because whenever you put it into the URL, it's gonna look really weird. Like, for example, let's try. Actually, it's not gonna work.
I did food in all caps for my
What?
I did food in all caps.
I think that should still. I think it should still be fine. Its case isn't there. Just don't have a space. Don't have any weird characters. Don't have an and or question mark. I think that's it. And the reason why is because a question mark means like you can add in additional parameters whenever you do a post request, but that's going to be beyond our scope. It'll get a bit complicated. By the way, if y'all want to explore the app architecture, yeah, this is fully MVC, so you want to see like how this is actually running behind the lines. Because right now, like I just made it look like it's super simple. Okay. All right. Were we able to? Okay, Pumpkin. Yes. Same here. Maybe not anymore because I've been drinking too much, but. Okay. All right. I think everyone's written their request, so I'm gonna press start and hope that it works. Okay. So I'm just gonna pick a random one. Oh, what's going on here? It might be installing more packages. I'm not sure. Unhandled promise exception. Let's look at this. Yeah, I don't see anything weird. Maybe it's because it's like this. It could also be installing stuff. I really can't tell. Let me see. Okay, at blood. I think it's missing a parentheses after get. So it has to match like that. Let's try again. Okay, what's the next one? 78. Okay, cool. This, by the way, this is how I'm debugging. So it says at this file at line 78, that's where the problem is. Oh yeah, it has to be inside. It has to be inside. Thanks. I think Andy's online right now, but yeah, he's helping out a lot. So you just grab this and make sure that it's inside here. All right, hopefully this works. It's looking good. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm not gonna stop the server. So y'all can now go on the routes and see what y'all have done. Like, I encourage y'all to try it on y'all's phones. It's really cool. Haunted house. Nice. So now everyone has officially written a GET request. That's a really good start. All right, are y'all ready to move on to the next step?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So now that y'all know each of y'all's category, the next thing to do is we have to make a post request. And just to like review, post request is about adding a new file to the web server. So in this case, we're doing an image upload, and this is where the syntax might get really weird. So I'll try to explain it part by part, but also just try to follow the exact formatting. It'll keep you in line. So again, we're going to start with router. And then this time I'm going to say post, because what we want to do is we want to use the post method to update, to send some kind of file to a server. So I'm going to, I don't remember the one I wrote. Can't remember. I think I wrote jack-o'-lantern. Okay, I'm going to use that one. So now I'm going to type out API. I want to start off at API, and then I want to write jack-o'-lantern. So it's using the same URL, but the difference is that on a web browser, it's basically calling a GET request to the web server. So every single time you put something like HTTP, whatever, it's just calling a GET request to that web server. This time we're calling a POST request, which is something a web browser doesn't do. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna show by the app, but there's actually a way you can like check this. But right now, because this HDMI cable doesn't work, we'll probably talk about it some other time. But in this case, the next thing to do is, this is probably going to be the first weird thing, but we're going to do something called upload.single, and it's going to be called an image. So that is something from a library. I don't know exactly what it does, but what I do know is that it lets us upload a picture. And sometimes it'd be like that. So. All right, and then the next thing is to type out function. The same way, make sure it is inside of the post. So everything is inside here, right? And then the very next thing is to, let's see, you have to call a certain method. So basically, I've done a lot of the heavy lifting for y'all. Just make sure that y'all just copy this exact line of code. And what this does is basically like, we basically told the server, hey, we just uploaded a file to some folder, and now we want to move it somewhere. And that gets really weird code-wise, so y'all don't have to see that. If y'all are curious, it's inside of the services folder, but in this case, just match it with the name. So in this case, jack-o'-lantern, just like this, and pass in this request object. So it's match this with this, and then make sure it is formatted just like that. So that's the very first line of code you write. Okay. And then the next thing you do.
Beyond my abilities at the moment.
Thanks, Siri. Appreciate your feedback. And then the very next thing you do is you're just going to press response, that status. So if it got uploaded and everything got processed, we want to say, yep, that's good. And we do that by saying res.status 200. And then we want to redirect it. And basically what this is saying is like, once you press submit on a form, like what I had earlier, let me see, let me show it to y'all. Go. Wow, that's big. Okay, so whenever you press upload or whatever, it's going to redirect you to, it's going to try to make your browser do a post request when it can't, so it's just going to freak out. So what we have to do is that we have to redirect. And to explain a redirect, if you've ever like used like a URL shortener and then you press on it, you're like, how did that link me to the original site? It's because it redirected. So this is just going to make, I think it's easier to show. But in this case, we wanted to redirect to this success. Success, it's not. Okay. So basically, why did I choose this? Okay. So let's see if I can do this. I don't like that. That's this here. Can I move it? Can't. Nice. So basically, do you see this? Like the leaf and the slashes. So we can actually control where we go in the web server just by doing this. Like we basically, whenever we submit or contribute or whatever or upload, we want to redirect to the success screen, and it's just this, right? So this over here matches this, so it has to be like that, or else it's just gonna break. Cool. So I think everyone's gotten a lot of stuff done ahead of time, which is really great, honestly. Y'all are awesome. Okay, let me see. Someone messed with my someone messed with the example once. That's so funny. Okay. All right. I think the code is good, so I'm gonna stop it, and hopefully there's not a lot of syntax errors. Okay. Here we go. Okay. What's up? All right, line 78, what's up? What? That's weird. Function, is there a problem with the way we formatted that? Okay, it's inside of everything. Everything's good. Okay, cool. Let's run it again. I think someone just fixed it. Thanks for whoever did that. All right, new one. 157. Cool. I'm looking at this line number, by the way. What? Okay. Unhandled.
Maybe semicolons after the redirect?
Yeah. Wait, actually, semicolons don't matter in JavaScript. Oh man, but I do keep my habits. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna run it again and maybe something different shows. That's probably a bad practice, but oh, cool! Wow, that actually worked on the third try. Okay, nice. So what y'all should be able to do is go to this same URL. Actually, no. That's not going to work the same way. So basically what y'all are going to do is y'all should be able to press contribute and something just broke. All right, this time it's line 90. Okay, I don't see it. Okay, I see it. It's right here. Res dot. Okay. I wonder if this. Okay, I think right now, I think this might work. I'm not sure. I think what's gonna happen is like it's gonna send pumpkin spice and it's also gonna redirect. So both at the same time. You can do that. Okay, cool. It works. All right, we're gonna contribute. And so basically every single one of y'all's links have been put here. And now y'all should be able to go to each of the individual links and then choose any kind of file on your phone or on your computer and upload it. So pumpkin spice. Let me look up something for pumpkin spice. Maybe it's on Unsplash. I don't know. Cool. Damn it. Okay. And then I'm gonna try to upload.
My Mobi gave me an error.
What? It gave us an error? Oh, a new one? I think it's starting every single time. I swear I just started it. Okay. Let me think how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna actually run it here. Okay, cool. No, it's doing that. Damn. Okay. I was hoping it would not do it. Okay. Oh, it's working now. Okay, never mind. I guess there's nothing to worry about. Someone just fixed something. Appreciate whoever did that. All right. And then I should just go here. Contribute. I was at Pumpkin Spice. I should be able to choose a file, Pumpkin Spice, upload it if it doesn't break. I knew it. Demo magic. Come on, Demo gods. Oh, it's because of this. It's got to be exactly the right case because everything's specific for some reason. No, it's because I can show y'all. Like, oh wow, I'm overloading the server. Wow, we overloaded it, I think. Good, congrats. We finally did it. They said they could handle 50, so I don't know. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Come on, scalable. Oh, wow. Okay, process uploads. What's up?
Oh, no.
Oh, you're just talking. What part is it? I can't even tell. Okay, rec is not defined, so we probably misplaced something somewhere.
Ruffle with me every morning.
I'm gonna close this so I can see this better. All right, I'm just gonna start again and just get hopefully get a different message. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. All right, where is it? It is in API line 56. Rec is, oh, y'all misspelled. Rep? No, that was intentional. Actually, no. We could keep it like this. Come on now. There you go. No, we can keep it like that. Maybe it's positional. I don't think it cares about the name, as long as you do it in the right order. Someone's messaging me something. Oh, shoot. Rec is not defined. Where? Line 56? No, that's the same. That's the same error. No, it's just lagging. Well, is there someone out there? Because technically we have the room till 6. But maybe we're gonna be a bit chaotic. We will get a post thing to work. I swear. Oh, whoa.
Did I put a wrap on the Playboy Curry one?
Yeah, but it should be fine.
The pumpkin spice one, it doesn't have the redirect.
Oh, the redirect?
Oh,
Yeah, it does. It does. It's right here. It has both the redirect and the send. Well, it looks like we actually broke their machine. Or it could be the university. I can't tell.
wait, I don't think it's not letting me connect to them.
They probably blocked us off, y'all.
You really think so?
Probably. Or maybe we actually approached the limit, but I can't tell.
Yeah, I think a lot of them say offline.
So it's all of y'all, right?
And
And it's I don't think it's the Wi-Fi. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is okay. So maybe on their end they realized that 15 people were trying to make 15 requests, and they were like, no.
Yeah, they let it back out.
Or maybe they're, I have an idea what might be going on. All right, let's try to run it one more time. Maybe we fix some stuff. I don't know. Oh, I can't see. No, I have like this odd suspicion that if I like, I think everything's on here. On. Maybe I overloaded. I don't know. I don't know what could be going on. Come on, is it? It's just not responding. Stop. Refresh. Okay, I'm scared to refresh because that might delete everything y'all have just done. Unless I can see it from here. Oh shoot.
Did we only use Teams to record meetings, I think?
Yeah, we were using Teams to record the meeting.
Teams just like record it, you want it.
All right, I'm also just gonna end the thing because because it is officially 6, so we gotta